lovely people. It's been a while. The last video I posted was my travel vlog and now I'm here. So I'm actually going out right now, getting ready for a date night. So I got my red shirt on and just getting ready. So I thought to combine this video, so make it like a get ready with me, just makeup wise, show you guys all the makeup that I'm using because you guys, wanted a new updated routine. So I'm going to show you guys that today, as well as do a Q&A session. I like to combine like, getting ready. My face is so ashy. I'm sorry. I literally just re-washed it and now my skin is so dry. I'm going to be doing this video, mixing it with a Q&A and just getting you guys up to date. I have a lot of like updates that I want to tell you guys. Before we jump into anything, please follow me on Instagram. My handle is _Zoie-Marie. If you guys are following me here, it's just an easy click. Just go over and follow me there, as well as click the subscribe button on YouTube and the like button for this video. This video is also kindly sponsored by SKILLSHARE. You guys have heard me talk about SKILLSHARE 1,000 times, but I cannot get over it. It is just one thing that you need in your armory for upping your content on YouTube. Now you can use SKILLSHARE for photography, illustration, graphic design, freelancing, even self-care. But I personally love using SKILLSHARE for editing tips and how to just create better content. You can also use SKILLSHARE to somehow make a career pivot and level up your skills in your current role. So I really love it. Right now I'm taking a class on SKILLSHARE called From Clueless to Content Creator. Make engaging videos that attract an audience. This class is by 𝗂𝗲𝘁𝘀𝗆 and he is just so relatable. So I'm really enjoying this class right now. For you guys, the first 1,000 people to use my link will get a 1-month free trial of SKILLSHARE. And I just want to say thank you again, SKILLSHARE, for sponsoring this video. Okay, so first of all, in my makeup routine, I'm just going to take this skin prep from 𝗵. I always put that on because it helps, control my oil. And I just put this on my T-zone. It's kind of like a little toner. Gonna let that dry. Now, currently, I'm not using a primer or anything. I'm just using my moisturizer from Yours, and it works for me like a primer. I'll be, of course, linking everything in the description box below. So this one is Drop of Softness Serum, and this one is a matte moisturizer serum. So I put that on my face and you'll see it's gonna leave, because of the 𝗵 toner, it's gonna leave like little, I don't know, like little things on my face, which is fine because you can just dust it away. And I don't know, that combination just keeps me very matte. I don't know what they do or how that works, but it just does. So I'm either gonna be looking here or I'm gonna be looking down here because I have a little mirror. I'm gonna start with my Smashbox. I've been loving this foundation. This is in 4.35 and this is Skin Tone Deep Undertone Cool. And then I'm just gonna use this brush. I don't know who this is by, but I will find out and link it below. Maybe with a pump like this. I think I'm definitely gonna need more, but we're just gonna start with that, like this. It looks really, harsh. I'm looking at myself, it looks really like red tone, but it's actually like when it dries down, it matches my skin actually really well. Okay, so let's start with the Q&A as I do this part. I think this, putting on foundation with a brush, it's pretty self-explanatory. So I'm sure you guys have noticed that my vlogs have not been as consistent as they should be. I mean, they're called weekly vlogs for a reason, but life has been madness. Like when I say madness, life has been mad and I'm just trying to find, the time to do everything. And unfortunately, YouTube is getting the big, butt end of the stick, basically. I wasn't even sure if I wanted to like mention this to you guys, but I feel like I have to, just because, you can tell in how much videos I'm putting out that something's different than it was before a little bit. So since last year, I started my master's. So right now I am, in the midst of doing my master's, Master of Science here in Germany. Yeah, I won't get into where, but I'm doing my Master's of Science with a marketing degree. The master's has been just eating up my time. Like master's programs, they're not a joke. They're not something to play with, and I will definitely say master's is definitely different than bachelor's. So it's a whole other league of work, and it's a whole other league of criteria that you should you know, make sure you meet, because this is really hyper level education. So that's why I cannot push out as much videos as I want to. Like, I really want to do weekly vlogs. I actually want to do 2 videos a week, but like I normally did, or like sometimes 3 videos in the week, but I can't. I just can't do it. Like, it's just not possible. Plus I have my 9 to 5. It's just not working. It's really just not working out. So now I'm moving on to my brows, and I'm going to be using the Dip Brow Pomade by Anastasia Beverly Hills, and this is in the shade Ebony. Just gonna line the outside of my brows. So from King J, do you have friends in Germany? This is gonna be such a little sad like answer to that question, but if I'm honest, like right now I have 0 friends in Germany, like 0. And I'll just talk about it briefly because I don't want to bore you guys. But I used to have like really good friends. They were actually American. We hung out all the time. Like, if you've been following me for a long time, you've probably seen them on my channel or seen her on my channel. Maybe like 2 or 3 or 4 years ago, one of the girls moved back to America, and so it was just down to me and the other girl. And then the other girl, she moved away as well. And so now it's just me again, and I haven't had any, you know, the energy to start looking for friends again, because it's just, I'm the personality, like normally what I find is that I am the friend who always reaches out, always wants to hang out, like, oh, let's do this, let's do this, let's do this. And then nobody else in the friend group is like asking to do anything. So I feel like I'm the one that's always initiating something to do, because it seems like everybody else is pretty lazy. After 2 of my, you know, good friends left, I was like, ugh, like that's a lot of energy. Like, I have to be the one who's initiating and finding plans and doing this and that. And I was like, you know, I don't even feel, oh, that one's coming out very dark. I don't even feel like doing that anymore. Like, I have my master's, I have YouTube. So with everything that's going on in my life, I was like, oh, I don't want to look again to find friends. So right now I have 0 friends. If that's the simplest way to answer that question. Okay, so I just put underneath my eyebrows this LA Girl concealer. This is in the color Chestnut, and I'm going to use that to clean up my horrible brows that I just did. 𝗀𝗁𝘁 said, what brought you and your boyfriend back together? So I actually answered this question like in another video. Like, if you look on How We Met video, you will actually see how, like, I answer it there, how we got back together. So I won't actually answer it here again. Just go check out that video on how me and my boyfriend, you know, how we met video. You will find that answer there. So Joy Adebambo says, how to schedule and keep up your hair, nails, lashes, toes, etc. So I'll start with that one first. I normally do everything. So I do my lashes on a 2-week basis, because that's when I find that my lashes, you know, fall out and they start to look, you know, raggedy, and I start to look like a naked mole rat. You guys have heard that in multiple vlogs. So I try to do my lashes every 2 weeks. My hair, I do myself, and I do that every Sunday. My nails, I do it whenever I feel like, you know, it needs a fill. So my nails need a fill now. This was like Valentine's Day nails, but I have an appointment tomorrow, and that's gonna be now 4 weeks. So now I'm just gonna take Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is the Brow Freeze. I just use this on top of my brows like that, and that just helps to, you know, stick it up. Akosa Lee says, what apps do you use to edit your video? And I just use Final Cut Pro. I love Final Cut Pro. Final Cut Pro is everything that you need. George says, how long do you have to live in Germany to get a citizenship? Before I answer that, I'm using Radiant Cover. This is by Absolute New York in the color medium dark. And this is what I'm gonna put underneath my eyes. So any questions related to like German citizenship and things like that, I will refrain from answering, because I don't even know, and I don't want to give anybody any, you know, wrong information. BM says, tell us more about your lashes. Which style do you do, and how often you go for a refill, and how you take care of them? So I just answered that about how often. So I go on a 2-week basis and I don't know what I get. I just tell her to do it. I think this is voluminous and I think she does it in the length 15. She also gave me some lash shampoo. So I also do lash shampoo it about once a week. Esther says, how easy is it to make friends in Germany and how did you do it? If you have German friends, do you tend to talk to them in German or do you speak in English? By the way, I'm using this Tantor Contour and Bronzer Cream. This is by Huda Beauty. So it's this really beautiful creamy thing. I'm using that to contour my sides here. That's the one thing that I don't love about living in Germany. Like, making friends is actually not easy, and it was never easy from the very beginning. I never really made any German friends. Once they have their friend group, which most of them do from, elementary school or high school, they don't really open that circle. Like, it's very, very difficult to break in there. And I had only one German friend, but I met her when I did my student exchange, and then we hit it off when I moved back. And so I just had her, but that fell off. I made some other friends, but they were only international. So I've only had one German friend since living here over 5 years. That should say something. And she loves speaking English, so we spoke only English. And then my other friends were internationals, but it was really hard to make those friends. I, again, initiated everything and I did it through the expat group. It's hard to find friends who you would actually normally hang out with, like in your own country. And I find that here I tended to make friends just to make friends, just because I didn't want to be alone. And these days I'm being a little bit more intentional with who I want to hang out with. I won't just hang out just because I need somebody to hang out. Like, I want to hang out with somebody who we vibe. We have the same thought process. We have the same, maybe not the same thought process, but we have the same mentality. We, like the same things. We have the same type of humor, similar humor, you know what I mean? Not just to have friends. So that's why I have 0 friends right now. Like, I can easily make a lot of friends and go again through the process of the expat group, but I'm being a lot more intentional. Tasha said, how did you integrate in Germany and get past culture shock? How do you deal with insecurity? Right now I'm using just this 𝗀𝗁𝗁 powder. It's like a really light color powder. I'm using this to just add in more edge to the contour that I just did. And then I'm going to take Huda Beauty, this Baby Bake Loose Baking and Setting Powder, and I'm just going to put this, it looks like this, underneath my eyes. And then I'm going to take this Laura Mercier Invisible Loose Powder, and that's what I'm going to put all over my face to set the makeup. And how I integrated, I don't think I integrated pretty well. I mentioned this before, but I had a really hard integration period into Germany. The culture shock was really crazy. I didn't have a lot of friends in the beginning and I didn't know much German. So it was only, I think, about almost 3 years ago where, my German started to improve and I moved, I got a new job, I got my license, I understood the German people a little bit better, and then things kind of went up and I think then I really integrated. I also found myself personally. I want to do a video about that, like how I found myself. And I mentioned this in the How We Met video with Sven, but honestly, when me and him broke up, I was like completely alone in Germany and I like found me, like I found Zoe. I found Zoe in Germany, basically, like this new person who can survive in Germany without anybody. So it was very enlightening. I'm just gonna take a liquid eyeliner and I'm just gonna put that on, my natural beauty spots just to bring those back to life. I'm gonna take MAC Gold Deposit as my highlighter for today. Fact over opinion said, as a woman, do you feel safe in Germany? I do actually, but obviously, keep your guard up. Are you trying to become an EU citizen? And if so, can you explain the process and your thinking? So no, I'm not trying to be an EU citizen. Like, that hasn't even been on top of my mind. I'm just here. I feel like I'm just floating in Germany land. Like, I don't know, I'm not really thinking that. I feel like when I'm about to have kids, maybe this thought of being a citizen might pop into my mind, but it's actually not very important for me. I don't know if that sounds bad. I'm pretty happy with my US citizenship. I don't think I want to give that up. To have a European citizenship, I'm pretty fine with just being a US citizen living abroad. And I don't know, I would drag that for the rest of my life if I'm honest. Angie S says, I really like your travel blogs. They're very authentic and cute. Pandemic, regulations, and finances aside, what 3 to 5 countries are you wanting to travel to? Let's do 3. So I definitely want to go to Vietnam. I want to go to Thailand, and I want to pop into South Africa, definitely. And I want to go to Jamaica. I want to go back to Jamaica, bring Sven find my roots again, show him where I come from, you know, because I've been living in Germany. I see where he's from, but I don't think he really knows like my history, my family, where we from, how we talk, how we get down. So I definitely want to go to Jamaica. I'm going to use Huda Beauty Resting Boss Face. This is the waterproof setting spray, ultra matte finish. It looks like it's a hairspray, but it sprays like a normal setting spray. So I'm going to just spray that a bit. The one thing I don't like about that is that it's perfume, like it smells like a lot of perfume. And now I'm just going to put on this Buxom lip gloss in Dolly. Okay, so I'm gonna have to cut this video short. I'm gonna continue it tomorrow. You might see a whole new outfit, but we're gonna continue the Q&A just because I'm running late and I need to go meet Sven. If he sees this video, he's probably gonna be like, oh, this is why she was late. So yeah, I'll see you guys later or tomorrow or something like that.